Story time! Hi, it's me, Maggie. So, my story, first of all, I'm not wearing any makeup, so, sorry. My story time today is kind of religious, so if you don't want to listen to it, you really don't have to, but I encourage you to listen to it. Fun fact, I am Christian, and this is Magic. Magic, can you lay down, please? Please, just lay down. Okay. So, my story time is about, when I was at a conference, a youth conference called History Maker. This was in May, so not very long ago. So it's no secret that I've self-harmed, that I have depression and all this other stuff. Ugh, I have problems. But you know, so when we were at History Maker, I found myself alone. Like, people were all around me, but my youth group had kind of merged into the crowd and I had no idea where they were. So the whole thing is going on. There's the concert going on and I'm in the back and this anxiety just comes over me and I have this huge anxiety attack and I'm freaking out and I'm sitting on the ground, people are passing me and I'm like screaming out to God and I'm like, why aren't you coming for me? Why is there no one around looking for me? Why does no one want to know where I am? Why am I alone? And I'm like freaking out and Magic, please lay down. Here, just like, yeah, okay. And I was freaking out and I'm like, God, if you really love me, send someone to come talk to me. And like 5 minutes later, this girl walks up to me and she starts talking to me and she's like, hey, I've walked past you a few times, but I just noticed that you're kind of alone and you don't look okay. And I'm like, and she's like, is there anything you need to talk about or do you need to be around someone? And I was like, and I just started bawling to her and I'm like, actually, I was just asking God to bring me someone because there's so much, I just feel so alone right now. And I poured out to her. I told her a lot about myself. It was really great, and after 10 minutes she had to leave and be with her group. And then again, this anxiety goes over me, and it's as if she wasn't even there, like she didn't even come. And it was like I forgot she even came, and I was like, and again, I'm like, God, why am I alone? Why is no one coming to me? Why is my youth not looking for me? And at this point, I've moved to another part of the place. I'm against this, like, rock pillar and I'm trying not to cry because I don't like making scenes, which I do a lot though. So I was sitting there and I'm just asking God silently and all of a sudden this guy, so I'll do a visual representation. It's depressing. So he's walking, he's like this and all of a sudden he stops when he's right past me and he turns and he's like, are you okay? Okay. Oi. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. And I looked at him and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm all good. And then he turns to me and he's like, I don't think you'd be alone if you were okay. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's kind of true. And he was like, is there anything you need prayer for? And I was like, actually, yeah. Because while I'm at this conference, I'm really self-conscious about my scars on my wrists. And I'm feeling like no one else there has them. And people are looking at me. And I told him, and I'm like, I'm just really self-conscious about my scars. And and I have really bad depression and PTSD. And yeah, so he prayed for that. Wait, no, I didn't even tell him about my scars. I remember this now. I didn't tell him about my scars. I just told him that I was having an anxiety attack and I had really bad depression. And as he's praying for me, all of a sudden he goes, like, I had long sleeves on too. Now I'm remembering that. I had long sleeves on. He didn't see the scars. And while he's praying, he's like, he's like, can God please take away any temptation she has to self-harm or anything like that? And he said a bunch of stuff like that, and I was like, what? I was like, how do you even, like, it was really cool, because in my mind, I just thought maybe that was God speaking through him, and that meant a lot to me, him talking to me, not leaving me there alone. He was with a friend too, but I don't really remember his friend. No, but I'm gonna call him Aaron, I guess. And he was really sweet, and we talked for a bit, and then he walked away to, I guess, pray for other people. I don't know what he was doing. I really don't. Magic, you're pushing me off the bed. Yes, you are. Yeah, but, that meant a lot to me. But then, as soon as he walked away, again, it was like he wasn't there. Like, I didn't even acknowledge it. Like, it was so weird. And then again, I start crying out to God, and I'm like, why is no one looking for me? Like, I am really dramatic. So, I'm like, God, why is no one looking for me? Why am I alone? And then a kid from my youth. He's, like, one of my best friends. He's really cool. Jonathan. That's the name I've used for him before. He walked up to me, and he's all hyped. He's like, oh my gosh, Megan, you won't believe what just happened to me. And he's not like this. Like, he's a quiet, mellow person. Like, he doesn't do that. That's me. That's more me doing that. Like, I do that, as you can see. And he's really hyped. He's like, you can't believe, you wouldn't believe what just happened. He's like, explaining this to me, and he's like, I was walking around alone because I was really, I guess, depressed. I don't know what word he used. I can't remember. And he's like, all of a sudden, I ended up in the prayer room with, I think he said with the Hillsong. I'm not sure, because Hillsong was there. And everyone was praying, and he said that it was really spiritual, and it was really amazing. He felt the presence of God. And he's, like, freaking out about it. He's so hyped about it. And then while he's hyped, he's like, wait, are you okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm okay, thanks. And I was like, okay, what? And then I kind of told him what was going on, but then I didn't. And then he walked away to go hang out with some of his prayer buddies, I guess. It was really interesting. And there, a third person came to talk to me, and again, I ignored it. And so I decided to walk outside to get some fresh air. And again, I'm like, oh, why is no one coming to me? So I go sit down on the stairwell, and then I look, and there's a girl already there, so I was about to turn around and be like, okay, whatever. But then I was like, something inside was like, no, she's alone. You need to be with her. Let's call her Jill. I walked up to her, and I sat next to her, and I'm like, hey, I notice you're alone, and you're crying, because she was crying, so I'm like, do you need to talk to someone? And she's like, oh no, I just need I needed some fresh air. And then I'm like, and then I looked, and I saw she had scars and stuff like me, and I was like, and I looked at her, and I showed her, and I'm like, I've gone through that too. I mean, I've gone through probably a lot of things you've gone through. I mean, I'm here to talk. And then we both poured out to each other. We became good friends. We're on Snapchat together. I mean, she lives farther away. Same with whatever his name was. I can't remember what name I gave him. But yeah, it was really cool. And we spent the rest of the night together. And then when my youth group caught up, then it was really cool because we hung out, and it was better. I felt so much better after I helped someone myself, which was really weird, but same time really cool, because she reminded me a lot of myself, I guess. Yeah, and nowadays, like, after this happened, I realized that those 3 people came to me, and I felt so selfish, I guess, because God was sending people to me, and I was not listening to him. I guess that was kind of his way of telling me I'm not alone, but, the one that hit me the most was the second guy who came to me, and when he prayed with me, it meant a lot, because it made me remember that even though there aren't really friends around me, it's like, there's still other people experiencing my stuff, and who I can go to, I guess. Yeah, but I just thought it was really cool, and it meant a lot to me. It really helped me with a lot of stuff. Yeah, I still talk to all of those people, and yeah. So that's my story time for today, and this is my guest star Magic. She's beautiful, for sure. thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. My Musical.ly and Twitter will be down below. Hello. So thank you. Bye.